I audible to you?
Definitely.
Yes, clear, loud and clear. Can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure, ma'am. So my name is Galaxy, and I am a law student at National Law School, Bangalore. Well, I'm originally from Uttar Pradesh, and now I am preparing for civil services exam. I'm in my final year now, and I love reading in jurisprudence and philosophy of law. These are my hobbies.
So how is the preparation going? How did you manage finding time to read for the contest
I find it
with the
relevant for
civil service?
my ethics preparation. In UPSC also we have a
Okay.
ethics paper, so I thought that I might find certain things and course, etc., that I could use there. So I give it a read.
Okay. So coming from a legal background, how did you find the principles mentioned in the book?
Well, in law, the more focus is upon regulating the human conduct. So I think when Swamiji is talking about human divinity, etc., so these are highly relevant, but not as direct as we might think. So I particularly find the idea of errors. He says that we do not commit sins; we make simply errors, and we, from the errors we move to the higher truth. And I think in criminal justice system in India, as we see, we are not following that idea. We are more focused upon punishing the criminals. And I
Yeah.
think my more relevant way that Swamiji's idea reflected is in the in the context of Norway's criminal justice system. They are focused upon rehabilitating the criminal to understand that they are not demons that of the society. They are also human beings with their personality, and we need to correct these errors. So I think these ideas are relevant to how we implement and execute laws in a society.
Got it. And Swamiji mentions that it is the calm, forgiving, equable, well balanced mind that does the greatest amount of work. When we talk about our Indian armed forces, do you think this applies there as well? All the attributes that Swamiji has mentioned?
Yes, I think he's talking about that we do have. He talks about feelings and energy in two places. It was also in the question paper. So one is the uncontrolled feeling, of the unchannelized feelings, energy that we have, that he said that we waste a lot of energy upon, and we are not able to do focused and great work. But when we get more composed and calm, and it is from that we can do tremendous activities. So I think in the operation Sindoor, we start nature of professionalism from our army. We were more calm, calculated strikes that we made upon the enemies, a more strategic way. So I think it is reflected in the professionalism that our army shows in comparison to raw and violence that some terrorist groups and insurgents might reflect.
That's a good answer. But where does forgiving come under picture here? So, forgiving, should our armed forces be forgiving? Or what kind of forgiving is Swamiji talking about here?
Uh, I think I will need a moment to reflect on it. Uh,
Hmm. No, that's all right. Your answer was good, but this is definitely something to think about.
well, I think
So we were forgiving.
one one way I can think that forgiving should not be at the cost of our own well-being. It should not be at the larger cost of the well-being of our community, of our society. Forgiving in the sense that if we can ensure that in the future we can create some sort of deterrence, a level of security can be ensured, then we should not have a very particular, very grievances toward our past wrongs. Our past histories should not dominate our present conduct to an extent that we take that foreign invaders from the past, from certain community came to us, they harmed us. So we go on a rampage of punishing the present community. This would be a misapplication of his idea. Forgiving, we forgive the past wrongs, but not at the cost of present and future security.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you understand by Maya and Brahman?
Okay, so Swamiji gives us different conceptions of how Maya, which in is a naming and form, the name and forms thing, the power which makes us believe that we are different in the form, name and forms, and Brahma is the ultimate reality, and he gives us different conceptions. I personally find he argues for Advaita, and he says that we move to it is the ultimate truth in reality. But I personally find the dualism approach more approachable to me at this stage. I think we are part of that ultimate reality. He created us, and So as I think with the most succinct summary of it as find in the slok by Lord Hanuman, and we hear of it from our elders that when Lord Ram asks him, "How do you perceive me?" He says, when I see myself as an individual body, I see you myself as your servant." And this is to me the most approachable idea. He says, "When I see myself as an individual soul, I see myself as a part of you." And lastly, he says that when I see myself as a self, then I am you. Then you are verily me. So while Hanumanji can see all the three things at the same time, but to me the first idea that we are his servants, we are his creation, is the most approachable idea for now. But he says that Swamiji says that ultimate reality is that we are the cause is not separate from the effect. So we are the Lord manifesting himself, as he will say. But from my present perspective, I don't find that idea too much apparent in my world.
Perfect. So here Hanumanji is talking about three different things at three different levels. So
What
at
I will,
what level is he applying? I mean, at which level is he applying which principle? Could you please correlate that?
sure, sir. So as I will take the framework that Swamiji gives to us. He says that the phenomena is same, the reality is same. We have different readings of it. It we can perceive it as different phenomena as manifesting ourselves. So when Hanumanji is saying, "I am seeing myself as a body," he's seeing what Swamiji we call different naming and forms. Lord has taken a form. I have taken a different form. All other my fellow beings have taken a form. They have different names. So I see myself as a servant because so this is my service to you. When he says I am at a level of individual self, then he will say that suppose you are an ocean, we are different waves. I am part of you, not distinct from you, but still I can perceive myself as a wave, which is more or less apparently different. But when I see myself, say, a water, then I am part of ocean. There is no difference between river water, ocean water, glacier water. We are all same.
Okay. Just one more question.
Sure.
At the core, all of us are craving for that eternal happiness, right?
Yes.
In different forms, we are looking for the same happiness. But Swamiji at one point says it is we ourselves who are not, as in, we are stopping ourselves from reaching to that happiness. So where is this contradictory behavior coming up from? What is causing this contradiction? You understand my question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh, yeah, so maybe what explains this anomaly is the difference. He gives us an idea that there are different sanskars, impressions that our causal body contains, and they manifest in our different lives. We carry it from past births, and out of the illusion that force of Maya, we can perceive those fleeting pleasures, these objective pleasures or gratification, wealth, etc., as giving us a sense of comfort or security, and we might chase them because we have different sanskars in ourselves. It is ignorance that we don't realize it. And he says that once knowledge will descend upon us, we will realize that not these fleeting pleasures or objects are the real source of happiness. It is our own self-illuminating nature that we contain. But Anand. So there is a difference we will say between pleasure and happiness, between Sukh and Anand. We confuse Sukh with Anand. We chase after it. But once we get some knowledge from any source, like from reading this text, and we work upon, we realize it, then we can be situated in that self-contained happiness.
Is this the first time you are reading the text, or you have the idea of Vedanta from before?
I had actually watched Upanishad Ganga is a series on YouTube. I watched it from there, and
Okay.
what I did here.
We can clearly
Thank
see
you.
that.
One final question from me. So, following up on the question that I asked earlier, Swamiji also mentions that the lesser the passion, the better to get the work done, right? So, how does this imply the armed forces actions? Where does this principle stand?
He said we should not be too much passionate about the ends. We should focus more upon the means. So if we can work
Okay.
upon the means and dedicate ourselves to the means, then the result will show up. Passion here, he will of course not say that it should be inactivity. We should not be unconcerned totally. That will be a wrong misapplication, misinterpretation. But passion will say we should not be too much consumed by our ends, not toward annihilating our enemies, but securing the immediate goals should be our purpose. That is how I.
Thank you so much. Do we address you as Galaxy or Tyagi? What would you prefer?
Galaxy is my first
Galaxy.
name. Yes.
Galaxy is your first name? Okay. So thank you so much. We do need men like you, the way you are able to understand the principles and the core aspects. So we need men like you. All the very best. Please prepare well for your interviews and yeah, make us all proud.
Thank you, sir.
The
Thank you.
country needs you. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. Hi, Divya. Good afternoon. Could you please unmute yourself? How do I address? Could you please unmute yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, am I audible now?
Namaste. Yeah, you're audible. Could you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Vivekananda and I'm a dentist. I'm from Tirupati. My father is a government employee. My mom is a homemaker, and my younger brother is a doctor. And currently, I pursued a monastic life, and I joined the Shardamath recently.
Excellent. So, in the book, Swamiji mentions about using our Viveka, right? So, how should one use the Viveka, and where does it apply in our day-to-day lives?
Yeah, means discrimination. The one which access is only one. Means like we have to discriminate what is beneficial for us in the long run and what is permanent and what is temporary. The thing which brings us real joy and that everlast is a permanent thing, and that should have Shastra Pramana, and the people means like in the realized souls they are ever joyous, and so we should take inspiration from them and to use in our means like routine life. We have to means if we know what is the truth, then we can automatically discriminate. Means like if we think the means like if, for example, if there is an apple, if someone considers its apple is good for health, and someone mistakes some poisonous fruit as apple, then they will consume that fruit thinking that it is health, it is good for health and so on. So like means like we have to know which will give us the eternal happiness and blissful state. So if we know, then automatically we can pursue to that. So we have to means we are always seeking for happiness only in one way or another way, but the right thing, the right happiness we should keep in mind. If the goal is clear, then automatically we can choose the path to it.
Okay. There is this one beautiful quote by Swamiji in the book. He says, "We are all getting frozen from feet upwards and yet wanting to sleep." What is your understanding on that quote?
Yeah, means like Sri Ramakrishna gives this analogy, a camel. It will bleed when it eats the thorn, but it's go on eating it. Means like we know, means some people know it's wrong, but they cannot avoid it. So they will be eating it and suffering, and they will be dying in their own way. So I means like we have to discriminate. Means to overcome this, we have to discriminate so that we can get the real joy.
Yeah. And he also says that, what do you see from the standpoint of the highest idea? Grass and trees are the same. So when it pertains to our spiritual growth, how do we put this analogy into a context?
Sorry, I cannot get your question.
From the highest standpoint, grass and trees are the same. So how does this apply to a human being's spiritual growth?
From higher standpoint, it is not clear.
Grass and trees are the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you please give a context to the human spiritual growth?
Yeah, means like when we means it can be stated in three different ways. Like if you consider the physical thing, means we are all made up of the same material. Like if we see in the physical sense, we are made up of the skin, bones, and the same chemicals which one human is made up of. Other also are made up of the same thing. And the mind, when we come to mental plane, they also have same, means like serotonin and everything influence each in the same way. So when we think that, means like from physical point of view, when we feel pain, we have to sense that others also feel the same pain. And when we come to the spiritual plane, that every being is like only God exists in everything, and only us, the true self, exists in everything. So if we cannot hurt ourselves, means like we'll feel for ourselves. So if we know that we are the one present in everyone, then we can see the same in everything, and we can love all equally, and the love is nothing but the real God.
Yeah. Varshini garu.
Yes.
So at one point you said that you gave the example of camel, and you
Yeah.
said we know it, but yet we continue doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is causing this difference? As in, I know it at certain level, but like you said, discrimination is not happening. So
Yeah.
there are two entities which are involved, which are causing the friction. So could you throw some light on that?
Yeah, actually, means like if we know that it is the truth, we will be trying to do it. But we are so habituated, means like we are so habituated to the world that we are hypnotizing again and again ourselves. So in this process of dehypnotizing, we are falling because we are habituated. That past samskaras are dragging us from that side. So it does not mean that we are falling down. We should not let. We have to try. Samskaras are there, but we have to overcome them slowly and slowly. And also another thing, that camel is eating the thorns and it is bleeding. Means that some people don't know what is actually the truth. For that they might have heard. And in Vedanta, for Vedantic realization, they will tell that we have pratibandhakas, means that obstruct to realize the truth. And it is like there are three pratibandhakas. First, they do not know what is the truth itself. And another thing, they understand the truth but still have doubts in it. And last is like they understand in different way. So we have to slowly, first we have to get it, means like we have to solve Shravana Manana Nididhyasana process. Slowly we have to overcome our samskaras and we have to go towards the goal.
One question more.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that Shastra Pramana has to be considered in choosing our path, as in reaching that ultimate happiness. But Swamiji at multiple points in the text says that it is reason alone that differentiates man from every other being.
Yeah. Means like
So where do we draw the line between faith, Shastra Pramana, and my own reason?
Yeah, means like Shastra Pramana means like there are different things mentioned in the Shastras, and we merge that thing which suitable for us. For example, like if there are different paths like Brahma Kumaris and so on, then Ramakrishna Mission and so on, and we trust that, means like some people will trust the path which is chosen for the, means like which is what we call coinciding with their own reason. Means like some people will say there is some Shiva Baba, he's the highest. And some people will say, like Vedanta says, it is like one and only reality, it is appearing as many, like gold and gold ornaments. So that Shastra Pramana is suitable with my reason. It will coincide with my reason. So I can trust it.
Great. It was really wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can drop out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Unmute, please. Unmute, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, Sharanya.
Namaste,
Introduce
ma'am.
yourself. Namaste.
Yes. My name is
Yes,
Saranya. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that we are seeing. That we have your name is in our list. we'd like to know about what you do, about
Yes,
your
ma'am.
family background, parents, kya karte hain?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Udumalpet, Tamil Nadu. I completed my graduation in 2022. Since then, I have been preparing for UPSC civil services. I have already given 2 attempts, but couldn't make into the list. But I'm continuing my preparation for my next attempt in 2026 with complete awareness of my past mistakes and learnings. Both my parents are street vendors, and I have one younger brother. We are selling some evening snacks in our village. So primarily, I'm helping with my parents in the afternoons and the evenings, and side by side, I'm focusing on my preparation also, ma'am. And I'm genuinely grateful for the knowledge that I have gained from this contest, ma'am. Thank you.
Is it first time that you have participated in this
Ma'am,
contest?
I have participated in the Ramayana contest, but I couldn't get into the
Come to
quiz list,
interview.
ma'am.
Come up to
Yes, ma'am.
interview. Okay. Okay. What have you learned from these lectures of Swamiji?
Ma'am, the practicality of Vedanta.
Yes, practical Vedanta.
Yes, ma'am. When I had reading this book, I have realized that knowingly or unknowingly, I'm already practicing some of its most important principle. For example, faith in our own self as self-confidence or intense activity without much worrying about outcomes and all. And it cleared so many confusions. Uh, in fact, mostly all of the confusions that I had in my mind for a long time, like these rituals, the different kinds of procedures, different forms of worship. This are it is not entirely false, but it is most likely an indirect form of worship to our own self. Um, to our own self, and we don't need to ignore all these things. We can also incorporate some of the rituals. For example, worshipping the fire, the deepam. Now it reminds me of the reflects the principle of faith. And thirdly, maintaining our mental and physical health, doing yoga, particularly pranayama, eating good food, or gaining right knowledge, or suggesting to others or teaching to others is also a form of worship. This is not entirely only routine. And finally, the core message of the Vedanta, the oneness, from the basic concepts to the higher principle, human and animals are same, basically with a degree of difference, and love and hate is same. It differs in expression, and our body, mind, and soul is basically same. From the different perspective, it differs, and our own soul and the ultimate reality is basically same. But we have to practice to realize that. And from this, we can also see that success and failure is basically one. For example, if I try to complete 40 to 50% of my syllabus, I will fail. 70 to 80, I will go to next round, and then I will fail. 90 to 95%, then I will be successful. So failure is also a form. Failure and success basically are same.
Okay.
Differ, and definitely now India is filled with youngsters, and in our 30s and 20s, we try to attempt so many things, and we met with so many success and failures. And incorporate this principle into our life, particularly in our youth, will be of great help, ma'am.
Wonderful. You have summarized it well.
Sorry for my English,
What is
ma'am. I'm improving it.
what is the difficulty in application then? In application of this, why do we see difference in this world?
Ma'am, even before this contest, I don't know these things like we all are one. Basically, there is separation. Definitely, there need knowledge. We have to seek knowledge. That is it, ma'am. We have to seek knowledge, and the knowledge is different. And also, we want to they ignore our very selfishness. Only I am doing. So we have to ignore that part, ma'am. Then only we can apply the higher principles.
Got it. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Sharanya. Sharanya, according to this book, according to Vivekananda, what does he say? When we are in any difficulty, whom should we seek out for help?
Ma'am, sir, ourselves, sir. I think I have already failed 2 attempts, but even the money and I am doing my self preparation. So the learning and unlearning is my own, sir. The money and everything is my own. I think we are our main help, sir.
Great. No, so great. But how does Swamiji describe the self, the concept of self? You just mentioned that you need to rely on your own self. What is the
Yes.
self that he talks about?
Sir, basically in the Vedanta, our self is basically self. In one perspective, our self is basically selfless, or in another perspective, our self is everything. We should see everything good, bad, high up, everything is ourselves. So in both ways,
Right.
it will.
So he also
Sir.
used a technical term called Atman. What
Yes,
does he
sir.
mean by Atman? What does he mean by Atman?
So our individual soul is Atman, and in
Right.
book Atman is Brahman is basically one, and we have to realize it with practice.
Right. Great. So if Atman itself is Brahman, like we all understood, then why 2 different terms? Why we could simply just call it Brahman, no? Why are we calling Atman and Brahman? Why 2 entities?
So before we try to practice, it differs 2 terms. It seems like 2 terms, Atman and Brahman. When we when we know the knowledge and try to practice it after realization, I think the Atman and Brahman will seem same, sir. Before practicing and
Right.
knowing it, before the realization, I think there is 2 terms.
Does Vedanta recognize sin, Sharanya?
No, sir. It only recognizes errors or mistake.
Great. Thank you so much. Great talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharanya.
Thank you, ma'am.